Hey people, bike ride leaving Playa Del Rey, heading to El Segundo, Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, Torrance, Redondo Beach, Rancho, Palos, Verdes, shooting on the GoPro 720p, 60 frames per second. Stabilization is on, hyper stabilization, using the testing out the new GoPro, or new for me, the GoPro. They have a small handlebar mount, which I did a review on, and it did not work. It wouldn't fit. It was flopping all over the place on the handlebars. I don't have perfectly round handlebars. I have, they're not perfectly round. So they are 1.3, and the bracket for the small says 1.4, but it will not fit. So I ended up going with the larger bracket. I forget what they call it. It's made for tubing, and it's 1.4 to 2 point something, and it was very easy to slip on here, and I didn't have any problem like I did with the this guy is moving. I'd love to be able to angle this right now like I did with the Sherwell that I did a review on, but the bracket kept on falling off the handlebars, even though it had a beautiful ratchet on it to allow it to turn easily. So so far so good with this bracket. Very easy to put on. It is not wobbling around, which is the most important thing for me. If it starts, I can tighten it down with my fingers, which makes the GoPro the bracket that I'm happy to have. I looked online last night, and I don't know if this is current or in the past, but supposedly GoPro also has a handlebar bracket, but it will only go on round handlebars. It will probably not fit on something like what I have, and that's why the small one didn't work. But theirs is held on with, I believe, screws, kind of like the Sherwell, and it has a very easy ratchet. So probably something I could modify with some clamps to put on my handlebar, and then a little piping to put this above. I don't know. I would love to do a rotation with this thing right now. I think that if I try to do that, my fingers are going to get in the way. I'm getting back into this. I'm still kind of new to all of it. Last time I was going in the harder gears, really pedaling hard, thinking I was building up my thigh muscles and my endurance, but from what I understand, it really doesn't do that much for the endurance, and it puts such a massive amount of strain on your knees, and you could end up getting or needing knee surgery or having a weak knee because you were applying so much force, so much pressure onto the knee, trying to ride up hills, and the knee is not made for that. And you can't really strengthen the knee joint. It's not made to be forcing it to run up hills or to ride up hills or to stress it out in a hard gear. So I think I'm going to take it easier this time. I bought better shorts. I was using, I can't even remember the company. Something Pearl. I was using their $50 shorts. Somebody told me to buy those when I first started. And my last ride was good, but with the new bike and the new seat and the shorts, I was doing good. The tuchus was doing very good. The seat bones were doing good, but right in the center, in the crotchal area, I was dying at the end of the ride. I was hurting. I needed more padding right in that in the area between the sacroiliac and the outhouse. So I went out and bought like a $120 pair of shorts or something. I put them on and I said, yeah, this is worth it. If I'm going to ride, the money's worth it so I don't injure myself and so I can at least enjoy it. And if you don't have the money, then you don't do that. You just struggle through it and you wear whatever you have. But we're going to be heading out to the South Bay. It's cold today. I don't like riding in the cold. I don't like it at all. I wasn't going to do it. But I thought, why not? It will keep me a little cooler. I won't burn up and sweat as much. Riding into the... I'm riding into the wind, so I don't know how good the GoPro is picking this up. I'm shooting this in 720. 720, I normally shoot 720 30 frames on my camcorder. So shooting 720 60 frames makes the file twice as large. And if you're not following the stuff I write on my or post on my other video, I just bought a hardcore gaming machine yesterday that I'll have next week, strictly for the YouTube business of rendering videos, because I cannot, when I shoot 4K, I end up spending 12 hours, about 12 hours to render 45 minutes of video, and then it's about 3 or 4 hours to upload. And I don't plan on spending my whole life shooting video, but I shoot video probably every day when I get the time. And there's no way that I can do 4K there's no way that I can do 4K with a machine. One machine I think is like 8 years old, the other's about 10. Now maybe they're both about 8 years old. I don't know. Let's say 6 to 9 years old. I think I just heard something on the news yesterday where you can't bid 69 on Jeopardy because people might be offended by that. Is that true? Alright, so when I did the ride last time, I was cranking out at like 13, 14 miles an hour, dropping way down. This time I'm doing about 10 miles an hour, and it's only about a 10-mile ride. I go much faster going home. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I ate, because I eat something before I come back, or if I have a little bit more water in me, or if I go to the bathroom if I can, even though I don't have to, but I think I do. So I'm not sure what that is, but it should take me about 10 miles an hour. It should take me about an hour to get there, and I stop and I take my my pictures, and I stop and drink some water, and I slow down because I'm burned out, and it ends up taking me an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half. So I just am not good at bike riding. I don't have the endurance. People say I'll build it up over time. I don't really think so. I got about 10 pounds of fat I gotta burn off. And if I ride the bike once every 2 weeks, that's not gonna help. But I know people ride their bike every day. For me, it's just a lot. It takes me 20 minutes to get everything ready, half an hour. All right. Alright, we got a guy on the road over here. We got people blocking his way. I think I'm going to stay on this road here. No, they got tire things over there. I don't want to ride over that. Oh boy, I got to switch gears really quick. Alright, so I don't think anybody watches my videos, even though it shows that I've got like 750,000 video views, 750,000 minutes per month. It used to be 1 million, but not now. So I've got about 750,000 minute views per month, but I don't think anybody watches. Supposedly my neighbor's parents are in this park over here. I'm trying to find, there's their motorhome. Okay, I see it. She had a baby, so let's see if they're outside. If they're outside, I'll say hi, and they go, who the heck are you? Wow, look at that. I think that's it. Is that it? I think that's it. Everything's closed up. Nobody's there. Alright, I'm already burned out. I'm doing, what, 6 miles an hour? So, if anybody watches my videos, I don't think anyone's going to watch this. Nobody's going to watch a 2-hour video. Or however long this is going to be. I don't know how far I'll go, how long I can last. But if you get this far, leave me a comment that you were watching. Okay, some blondie over here. Just passed a homeless guy on the sand. So, this is obviously my bike ride for exercise, and it's also to test out the GoPro, see how the new bracket works. She's got a nice pace, 8.4 miles an hour. I gotta get out of the way. The bike is coming around. So far, I like the new bracket a lot. I'll be able to tell better how the view is when I get home and edit. But it's right in the center of the handlebars, almost. And I like the wide view. It shows a lot of sky. The last one that I did, which was the first one, bike ride and GoPro, I had way too much sky. I think I've got this pointed down further because I have a better bracket. On the Trek bikes, and I think some others, there's something called like a blender or a Buddha Ranger or something, I don't know, but there's a, go into a lighter gear, they have some type of bracket thing that you can pop on, and I've got part of the bracket. I have the bracket, I have the mount for their computer, but I think you can buy a $20 mount for the GoPro and just pop it on there and then hook the GoPro up, and then you don't need to spend he was moving. I'm burned out already. Is that a military chopper? Or is that the news chopper? That's the sheriff chopper. And if I had a rotating bracket, I would have been able to turn that a little easier. Okay, so before I left, I started off the morning, I ate some barbecue chicken breast. That's pretty much all I've had. I did not drink any water since last night, which was a very stupid thing, but I thought, since I didn't start drinking early, did not make sense to flood myself before I took off. So I am coasting along right now at 9.3. I was doing 10 before. My feeling is if I can stay at 10 and get there at the 11, it's about 10 miles, 11 miles. If I can stay there at 10 miles an hour and get there in an hour, good for me. I take about 15 minutes to from when I start the Garmin until I get over to the water, to the sand. So that's already an hour and 15 minutes. And it seems the ride is about an hour and 20 minutes for me normally, sometimes an hour and a half. So this is going to be another 2.5 hours on the road, probably longer. I am a little out of breath. Probably didn't help that I ate a bag of Hostess donuts yesterday. They had like 20 donuts in there. What the heck was I thinking? So a lot of garbage calories. And that's one of the reasons I thought just get out here today. I won't even burn the calories off with that package of donuts, but at least it's something. All right. Nice lights. That's what I need, is some red lights on my bike. Right into the wind. To me, these guys are pro bikers because they are much better than me. So, as far as I'm concerned, that makes them pro. And they're going to pass me way, way up in a second, and I won't even be able to see them. Like now. Okay, so my right knee is hurting a little bit. I'm not even, what am I, 3 miles? Why does it show 30? Oh, that's time. I was thinking, why does it show 31 miles? So I've been riding 3.6 miles. I don't know what it says. It says I'm doing 11.4 miles right now. I don't know what my time is. Does that show 32 minutes? Just go back and forth? I've never noticed that before. Time 32 minutes. 11 miles an hour. 3.7 miles. So I'm barely moving. I'm going to get it out of this gear, which is making things hard on me. I really want to try the... Yeah, now I should be able to go faster than this. For me, though, I look at it, I don't want to wipe out my knee and I don't want to burn myself out when I have another 19 miles to go. Unless I decide to turn around, then I don't have that. But I'd like to have that. Look at them, they're way, way out there now. I'm just struggling. 9 miles an hour. And that bracket I was talking about, you can put on the booter, I don't know what the name is, the blender, the booter, they have a monitor, a bike monitor, gives you the same thing that the Garmin does, so that you can just look down and you can see your mileage, you can see your cadence, your mileage, you can see everything. But I don't need any more gadgets. I have enough gadgets. More than enough stuff to deal with right now. Got the new computer that I'm buying, and I have to figure out how to set that up. That's strictly going to be for rendering and editing for YouTube. I will not be doing any. It's going to be a business machine. No personal anything on there. Not emails. Nothing's going to be on there. Strictly video. Probably antivirus. I don't think anything comes with it besides the OS. But it's a business machine. Those guys are way out there. They're probably like half a mile out there. I'm just struggling here. Yeah, I'm definitely struggling. know if it's because of my breathing. I've got a deviated septum. I don't take in air as well. I don't know if it's the breathing or I have terrible endurance, or my muscles, my legs aren't ready for this, or my heart's not ready for this, or the lungs aren't ready for this. Definitely feeling it in the right knee now, so I'm going to be going slow. When I did my last video or the video before that, I mentioned that the handlebar was leaning too far forward and I had them put on an extension. I mean, I was leaning too far forward, so they put on an extension for 40 some bucks. That gave me a couple extra inches of height for the handlebar, and it makes things a little easier for me. Now if they could just make it so the bike would ride itself instead of me doing all the work. But I need the exercise and the calorie burn and the cardio. Look at this up ahead. Ho ho ho. Yikes. I don't know. I know nobody's listening to this, so I don't understand men's obsession with humongous tata. I just don't get it. After a while, they're just too big and disgusting, and they have too much sag and drag, and it's not attractive. So I just don't get it. All right, I see the Manhattan Beach Pier up ahead, which means that I can do this. Manhattan Beach Pier. Oh, my right knee is hurting. Wish I had a brace or something on here now to maybe help. I don't know if that'll do any good. Oh, I was riding and not looking. I could have gone right off the hill over here. So, the Manhattan Beach Pier, I believe when I get to it, it's 6 miles. I'm at 4 something right now, so is that 1.5 miles? It looks like it's right next to me. Oh, there it is again. People taking their dogs to the beach. Thank you for spitting in front of me. He just has a regular cheapy bike. He's flying along much faster than I am. Maybe he's only gone a few miles. I've only gone a few miles. So when I get to the pier, I'm gonna try to mess with the rotation bracket on here. But like I said in my review, a lot of people were saying that when you turn that rotation bracket too many times, there's a nut or a screw underneath and it starts to loosen and you're gonna have to tighten it up. Not sure if that's true. I don't have any hardware with me, any tools, so I don't want to screw with that. But I already got video of the bike ride last time, so if I have problems this time, I'll just take the bracket, put it in my sack, and record another time. Yeah, I'm struggling now. Okay, so we're at about 5 miles. I'm probably struggling also because I have no hydration in me since last night at about 11 o'clock, so that's 12 hours without hydration. Oh, wrong gear. I'm still learning which levers to pull and push and turn. going really slow. So when I get to the pier, I'm going to stop. I'm going to get some liquid, and I think that will help. So again, we've been going for about 40 minutes, I think. Oh, I didn't drop the gear on that one. I'm just trying to struggle through it. Ow. Phew, I'm not doing good today like I did last time. And last time I wasn't doing good. So I just don't have it. I do not have the endurance and the push that others do to crank out on these rides. That's probably a mile. To the pier. I have 3 batteries with me. Last time when I got to Redondo, Torrance, the battery died. Right as I got there, I checked it and boom. And I had a huge problem with the way the camera wrote the files to the SD card. It gave me really weird file names and mixed everything up. Until I realized if I look at the last frame on each file, I could just match it up with the first frame of the right file and put it in order. So I took out the memory card and put it in a card reader attached to a computer, and instead of doing a quick format, I don't know if the camera does a quick format or a full format, but I put it in a PC, which people suggest, and I did a full format, which goes in there and wipes out not only all the files, but all the hidden files. It just cleans the SD out. It took about 2 hours, I think like 2.5 hours for a 128 gig SD card. And yeah, I'm hurting here. The knee is definitely irritated. And I'm out of breath and thirsty. So I'll find out today. I don't know if that was caused by the battery going dead while I was writing. Probably not. I'm assuming it was the SD card. And it was either not an SD card that's meant for this, or that's not compatible, or maybe it just needed to be formatted the right way in the PC. So we're at 6 miles. I don't remember what I normally start at. I think it's like 9 miles or something. So 6 miles. By the time I get to Torrance Redondo, it will be 0 miles, which says that I have 6 miles to go. And the watch says that I've done 5.5, 6, 12, 11.5. That's about right. It's about 11.5 mile ride each. 22, 23. That's about right. I'm struggling. I have a friend who rides his bike every day, every other day. Does 100-mile rides during the day sometimes. He is in his 50s, and he has already had 2 hip replacements and 2 knee replacements. So that just goes to show the wear and tear that bike riding. I don't know if he runs. I think he runs a little, but he bike rides. That just goes to show you the wear and tear that this bike riding can do on a body. It is hardcore. And normally, you know, decades ago, they didn't have to do hip and knee replacements on people till they were in their 60s or 70s. They didn't want to do them. They didn't want to do it because they only wanted to have to do 1 surgery in life, and that was it, to get you through the rest of your life. But there are some hardcore exercise people now, and by 30, 40, 50, they need those hips and knees replaced. And if they stop what they're doing, they'll probably be okay for life. But if they keep doing that hardcore exercise, they're probably going to need hips and knees again in their 70s. So, even though they've got those mechanical things. Alright, we're heading up to Manhattan Beach Pier now. I'm going to get out. What do I mean get out? I'm going to get off. I'm going to get off my bike and take a photo, post it online, maybe. I'm just struggling here. I definitely need to sit down for a minute or two, get some liquid in my body. I've got some strawberry banana juice, probably loaded with a massive amount of sugar, which might be what I need, or some carbs, and some hydration. The seat bones on my tuchus are starting to annoy me a little bit. So you've got the flashing red lights. There's nobody out here, and flashing red lights, get off your bike and walk it. Yeah, I'm doing really bad here today. 8 miles an hour. This is sad. It's so sad and so bad. Begin pedestrian zone. Walk bike when flashing. There's nobody out here. Oh boy. Yikes, am I sore. Oh. What the heck is going on here? Manhattan Beach, and we got a van over here, and I don't know what's going on here. Food and water. There are no signs. So this is probably for something I have no interest in. Alright, people. Well, I just, oh, it's getting cold now. That ocean breeze is picking up. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I feel 100% better. Oh. Oops. Okay, I did not see that. I thought I was able to walk. I didn't see the flashing light further down. So, yeah, some guy smoking a cigarette. Big fat belly, smoking a cigarette, killing himself with cancer out by the beach while people are trying to get healthy. So, I had about half a bottle of that water bottle filled with strawberry banana juice. And I probably could have drank the whole thing. My body just wanted more. But I definitely don't want to pee in my pants on my ride. That would not look good. So, now there are a lot of bathrooms along the way. It's just they're nasty and kind of difficult to take your bike into a public bathroom with pee all over the floor. And when you're wearing bike shorts and bike liners and then underwear, which I know I shouldn't be doing, all those layers, when you're doing that, it makes it difficult to get things going. So I drank that juice, and all of a sudden, I'm feeling good. I have some energy. Beautiful woman over there sitting on the bench. She's got a nice ocean in front of her, and she's looking at her cell phone. People, get your tuchus out of your cell phone. So the juice made a big difference. Again, I don't know if it was just the hydration or the hydration and the sugar carbs or just the sugar carbs from the juice. But I'm not struggling now. I'm definitely not going fast. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm doing 2 miles an hour more than I was before, and I'm not hurting right now like I was before. I have 5 miles to go, but that 5 miles seems like forever, even though it goes fast. Now we're picking up. Look at that. 6 mile an hour gain after having a little bit of juice. That says something. It says a lot. Workers out there, nobody has hearing protection. No one. I rode by there and I realized how loud it was. These guys have no protection. So we're out in Manhattan Beach now. There are 2 ways to ride the bike path in Manhattan Beach. You can stay on the path, or you can go on the road next to the path, which I like to do. Gets me away from a little bit of the noise, and I don't have to deal with people crossing the bike path and walking in front of me, so it's a little safer. These people are riding right in the middle of the road. Very smart. Oh boy. What's going on here? So, I know I don't really like being on a road with cars. The people out in this part of the city are used to the bikes, and the speed limit here is slow. And they don't really drive crazy around here. So I think I'm going to get off the path now. Are we in Hermosa Beach? We're in Hermosa, 24 miles an hour. I mean, what am I saying? 24th Street. I don't know if I don't know if the pier is the dividing line for Hermosa and Manhattan or not. I thought I was riding in Manhattan. Why do people take their dogs out on a bike path that's hot and dirty? Okay, So this ride is going really nice now that I had my juice. I'm feeling much better. There you go. She was jogging, and she had a baby in the buggy, and her figure looked incredible from what I could see. So when I hear these people say they had a baby 4 years ago and they're still losing the baby fat, actresses get out there and lose it right away because their job depends on it. Their career, their $1 million. Others get out and do it because they want to keep that body in shape while they're young and healthy. Others make up an excuse and never lose it, and then say that 30 pounds extra is normal. So we are now at Hermosa Beach Pier. Danger zone up ahead. Let's stand in the middle of the road. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Oh boy. Clueless. So, the ride is 150% better since I drank that juice. I don't think this burst of energy came from sitting down for 2 minutes. It was the juice. Oh no, I'm going 1 mile an hour too fast. So, out here you don't have to get off the bike during the weekday when there is not a lot of traffic. And I don't know what the heck these people are doing. They're shooting a movie. They're shooting something. Oh boy. Looks very nice. You know, I was here a couple weeks ago with that other furrow bracket flopping all over the place, and it was a rough ride, and then the last time was even worse. So we got a car over here. Let's go see what this is all about. Is this a TV show or a movie?
No.
You guys filming a TV show or a movie? Is that a TV show or a movie? What is it so I can watch it? Is it something that's current?
No, it's called Monty's Last Stand.
Oh, okay. When's that coming out?
Yo, are you at the location?
It looks pretty awesome.
I'll send you a
Pretty
video.
cool.
Yeah, is it going to be on regular TV or cable?
HBO.
HBO? I'm going to have to get HBO. Thank you.
You bet.
Hey. We're at the
Bike ride, Manhattan Beach Pier.
We'll just drive it straight out. What speed can we do down
Bike ride, Hermosa Beach Pier, filming a movie for HBO. Wow, check that out. I think they're going to ride this out of there. All right, it's running. Okay. PD's coming over here now. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, we gotta get out there.
They're all moving somewhere. Alright, movie set, I'm done. I gotta get on the bike path and ride. So when I get to Torrance, I will change out batteries probably. deal for those movie things for the cops. The city gets money for the permit, and they're not going to tie up one of their cops for, they could tie one of their cops up and be reimbursed for the payroll. I don't know if that's legal, but normally what they do is most cities, they contract with their off-duty cops or retired cops that are allowed to still wear the badge and uniform and gun and motor. They can't get a police car, but they can ride the motor. If they have one that looks like their old retired bike. And they get paid probably like double time or time and a half. They make a lot of money to provide on-site security. So but these guys might have been their full-time on-duty cops. I don't know what their policy is in this city. So we are, I think, still in Hermosa. We're at First Street, so I think we might be leaving Hermosa. Stops. This might have really messed up my time, but I just feel great after I drank that juice. Redondo Pier sign ahead, so I think we're in Redondo Beach now. Looking forward to stopping and getting more of that juice in me. Got it geared better. She is not pedaling that hard, not struggling as much, and moving along quicker. But I'm being really careful with the knees right now. I am feeling really good though. We'll miss this light in a minute. And overall, I'd say this is one of my best rides so far. I started out really bad, but after that juice, what a difference. What a difference. Okay. No turn on red. Oh boy. Give me my bike symbol. You know, they fixed it up really well in the South Bay. They had this whole thing laid out, and I'm sure there was a lot of planning before they did. This was probably done a long time ago. They had the space, they had the road, and they, like on the other side over there, it's a 2-lane road. It's a 1-lane in each direction, which is fine for this area, even though there are a lot of vehicles. And then they've got this huge section for a sidewalk and a bike lane. So they laid this out really well. LA City, not so much. They didn't have the property or the space, and they try to take major roads that are 40 miles an hour and drop them down to one lane, and the traffic bottlenecks. So now I'm going really slow again. Now I'm coasting at about 9 miles an hour, starting to burn out a little bit. And I'm going to get to the Redondo Pier in a minute, take a couple photos, and head on down to Torrance Rancho, Palos, Verdes, and turn around. Okay, there's always music. Oh, I might have to edit over here. Might have to edit the music out. I don't know. Bum 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 bum. What is this guy doing? All right, unbelievable. No, thanks, I don't want to get killed. Okay. I will say, even though I was struggling at the beginning, this is definitely my best ride. I don't know if my time is good, but for comfort, this is definitely my best ride. Beep, beep, beep. And I think this last part is like 3 miles, 2 miles. It seems like forever, the last part, but I will be glad to get down there. Somebody gave me an exercise bar, a Cliff Bar, and I looked online. It seems to be one of the most common bars, but when you look at the label, it is loaded with a whole meal worth of sugar grams, a whole meal. And it is loaded with a massive amount of fat. So this one little bar, yes, it's supposed to give you energy. Ow, my left knee did not like that. It's supposed to give you energy, but I don't know how good that is for your body, or if you burn it off. I've got the, I have to get off the bike in a minute. My eye is starting to burn from suntan lotion. And we're at Redondo Beach now. We'll check out the battery. Get a little bit of liquid. Head on out of here. All right. I'm gonna snap a few photos, get some liquid, and get out of here. bike ride, Redondo Beach Pier, just left Hermosa Beach. Manhattan Beach, El Segundo, Playa Del Rey, now heading to Torrance and Redondo Beach. Redondo Beach Pier, just left Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach, El Segundo, and Playa Del Rey, now heading to Rancho Palos, Verdes. Alright people, we got 24% on the battery. I want to do this in about 5 minutes. Try to change batteries. It doesn't look that far, but I don't know. I just had another gulp of strawberry banana juice and it feels really good. I have that burst of energy again. I'm almost there. I don't know. Battery operated bike on a bike path, that's manly. So I don't think I'm doing that great on the calories. First ride, I think I did like 1,1300, maybe 1,600. Last ride, when I was struggling, I only did about 900. So I just had to gear down again. I don't know if I'll do this in 5 minutes. I'm sore. Gotta be careful with the knees. Oh boy. It really doesn't look that far. It's only about a mile. I just looked, I'm at 10 miles. I think that's like a mile away, 11 something, maybe a mile, mile and a half. It's kind of like when I'm in El Segundo and I look at the Manhattan Pier, I say, how can that be a mile and a half away, but it is. So I'm going to look for the markings on the ground, because this path starts at 00. How many people are with me? Are you still listening? Are you still watching? Probably not. That's all right. I'll do it for myself. Maybe it will make my channel take off. Oh boy. Tired. So I think riding with an easier gear but pedaling faster makes it a little bit easier on the knees than riding with a harder gear and not going as fast. Less pressure on the kneecaps and the sides. Also more exhausting, probably burning more calories. Alright, I've got a message on my watch about some new story about 2020 something. I don't know. I don't know who sent that. I want to get this in a harder gear now and get rid of this first ride before the battery dies. I started out at 100%. I've been riding for an hour and a half. That's ridiculous. And the battery showed 24%. That's not a GoPro battery. Look at my channel, it's another battery, I think. It might be GoPro. Yeah, that's probably another mile to go. It looks far away. It'd be good to sit down and rest. So this is going to be another ride where it takes me an hour and a half to get there, and probably normally an hour and 20 minutes to get there, an hour to get home. Oh boy. I am not as thirsty. My mouth is not as dry as it was the last two rides. Of course, it's also cooler. The sun is not out that bad. The UV index is terrible today. That's why I have a lot of covering on my arms and legs. I should have more covering on the top of the head underneath the helmet. Like to ride to my mom's house, which will add on even more miles after I'm done with this, but I don't know if I'll be able to. Check out my channel. I've been doing a lot of video of the Argo sub-basin drain. Or is it the Argo sub-drain basin? I don't know. And I went there this morning. And I'd like to go back again today, but I don't know if I will. Look at this. Oh boy. So it's probably like about 3 minutes away from the end of this thing. Swap out batteries. Take a rest. I am feeling it now. We're at 9.2 miles per hour. The ride is 11 miles, 1.5 hours and 41 seconds. But I started the watch like 15-20 minutes before I really got on the path. So, oh boy. We're almost there, but we're not almost there. I think this is the bathroom. No, this is I don't know what this is. Is this a lifeguard station or something? And then they've got the bathrooms further down and a food place that is closed during this time of year. Maybe on the weekends it's open, but it's closed now. So I'm just going to coast the rest of the way. I am feeling this in the back of the upper legs, the thigh muscles, the quads. Those are the quads? I don't know. I'm feeling it. The short's not 100%. For $100 or whatever, I paid 120. Not 100%, but I feel it more on the seat bones now than I do in the crotchal area, so definitely worth the money. We're almost finished here, I think. Or do I have further to go? I've got more to go. Oh boy. That's what I should be doing, is that stretching. I'm doing okay. I drank a lot of liquid, but I don't have any sensation to go to the bathroom now. I know normally when I do, I go, well, there's nothing there. You just think you have to go, but you don't. So, a lot of people doing stretching here. 3 people on the sand. Yeah, I'm almost done. Halfway done. So if you got this far, I definitely like the GoPro large handlebar bracket. It has not wobbled. Not to say that it wouldn't on mountain biking or trails or hard roads, but it's holding up and I'm happy. And there is no Loctite or anything on that one screw that mounts everything. It's just turned in by hand, which is weird that doesn't vibrate loose, because nothing's really holding it in. And with the other bracket, the screws just came loose. So, okay, now I'm hurting. Now I'm feeling it. Let's gear down. This is it. 2 lifeguard trucks. This is the food area. Oh my goodness. What's going on here? Alright people, we are heading back from Torrance, Rancho Palos Verdes, and we're going to stop already because the legs things are coming off. Oh boy. One thing after another. All right. No bathroom stop this time. An hour and 46 minutes. It's ridiculous. A 15-minute break or so. Had one of the Cliff Bars to see if that's going to give me any energy. I wasn't really hungry. I wasn't hungry at all, but I want to see what it's going to do, if it's going to help or not, or if it's just a bunch of excess calories. I've got the GoPro mounted lower, so it's looking much lower on the bike path. I don't know if that's going to give me too much ground or too much sky. I'll find out when I get home. I tested out the, okay, you can see I'm moving the bracket for the GoPro. I was trying to rotate it. There's a flip on there that I showed on my review, and I thought that when you press it down that it rotates, but it kind of goes clockwise, counterclockwise. It doesn't go left, right. So I thought it did when I was at home, but maybe not. So it's kind of a disappointment that they just can't make a bracket that goes up, down, left, right, that has a good ratchet set, that's easy to mount to a handlebar, and that's not a hassle. And that's what these people are in business for. And this shouldn't be that difficult. So I'm cruising along. I should be in a harder gear because I'm on the way back. We're at 12 miles an hour right now. I'm going to head back to Redondo Beach. I don't think I'm going to stop and take photos of anything. I'm just going to head on home. I don't know if the bike is, if the camera is facing straight ahead or not. Now it is, I think. Maybe not. So even with that handlebar bracket, I'm still able to slide it around a little bit. But I can't turn it enough to look at the ocean, which is unfortunate. It's really sad that that SureWow did not work. Almost makes me want to buy it again and find a way to mount it. So I could go left, right, but I don't know. Something to think about. I have some ideas on how I can make it work. But as I said, I was looking on the internet last night, and supposedly GoPro makes another bracket for handlebars. It's got that ratcheting. Not sure how much it cost, or if it will work, or if I'd have to modify because of the kind of handlebars I've got. Might be worth it. I bought the GoPro mainly to record bike path, but nobody watches the video. And I'm not sure how many times I want to record this whole thing. I enjoy it. Fills up the YouTube hard drive, so that's cool. It's good motivation for me. Gives me somebody to talk to on my boring ride. Alright, so we are still we're in Redondo Beach. Some people don't say Dondo, they add an I in there, but I don't want to do that. Just like Laguna Beach is Laguna Gooch. And so what do we have here? They were doing construction when I was here a couple weeks ago. I think they were doing the roof over here last time. Maybe that was further up? I don't know. Further down? So right now I've got a nice pace, cruising at 12 miles an hour, which means I should be home in less than, I should be done with this part of the ride in less than an hour. And again, I would love to ride over to my mom's house and show her the bike, but I don't know if I want to do that. I want to, but I don't want to. So we'll see. If I do that, that extends the ride another hour, at least another hour and a half. More riding, which is good for me. Dog will be alone, but I think she'll be okay. We've done 1.25 miles since I started going back, so we're not doing bad. The path is definitely quiet. I'm glad I spent that $40-some, $43, $45 to have the handlebar extension. I'm still pulling a little in the shoulder blade, but it feels 100% better, 1,000% better. Let's go into a little harder gear. Pedal a little less, pedaling a little less hard, but getting a little bit further along, so it all balances out. That's Redondo Beach Pier, where you have to do that little section of walk. And Hermosa Beach, I don't think they make you do that unless the lights are on. Or is that Manhattan Beach? I don't know. What is that woman talking about? She's got 5 people and it's like she's on stage giving a speech. Alright, and that woman's got a selfie stick with her cell phone. I know cell phones are really good for photography and you have them and you carry them, but I just think it's ridiculous seeing people always take video with cell phones. And when they put on that selfie stick to record something, I'm like, oh, come on, get a GoPro or buy a camcorder. I would never do that because I value my cell phone. I've got my private info in there. And I wouldn't want somebody to see my cell phone on a stick and know that my whole personal life is within reach of grabbing. You know, if somebody takes your camera, you lose your camera. If somebody takes your cell phone, you lose everything. Look at the muscles on this guy. Unbelievable. Going to adjust the camera a little bit higher, I think. I don't know. The camera's not facing straight. There, now we're facing straight. See, I don't like this. I like the GoPro. At least it's able to do what I need it to do, but I don't like that it moves around and that it does not rotate. It just goes clockwise or counterclockwise, which doesn't really help being able to get the I had to switch gears and I did it the wrong way. Then I had to get off to walk. Got some runners behind me. Nah, they're fine. Alright, so we'll do our little walk. Alright, I'm trying to adjust the camera and the screw is so tight that I just tightened down. Oh my god, I can't do it. I seriously cannot loosen it. Alright. I have an urgent notification from DHL Express. Press 9 for Chinese service. I know I get a lot of packages from China and from DHL, but I don't believe that. I don't know if that message was right or legit, but no can do. Alrighty, so let me get back on the bike. I'd love to water this thing up for the protein drink, but too much liquid, no bathroom. Alrighty. Feels beautiful. Yeah, I didn't want to ride because it was going to be too cold, but it's a nice, it's nice. If I didn't have the arm covers and the leg covers, I'd be in trouble. I like the arm covers. They also protect you from UV rays. Leg covers are a nightmare because they keep sliding down. And just like I expected, I think I have to go to the bathroom, which I should have done at the other place, but then when I go, nothing happens, so we'll just keep riding, see where I go. Smells of fish. Must be a fish restaurant around here. Get on the bicycle. Now the right way to do that is the kid should be ahead of the father, just so the father can keep an eye on the kid. Always have him in sight in case he falls or in case somebody behind is going to, like the way it is now. You don't know if the kid falls, you don't know if somebody's behind him. So the kid should really be right next to the father. Not just in front, but next to him. But the dad wants to do his own little thing too, so that's where the problem is. Alright. Let's go pop it in a harder gear. I'm coasting. Again, it really feels like I need to go stop for the bathroom when I definitely probably don't. So just doing a slow cruise now. I don't even know if I'm doing 8 miles an hour. Adjusted the camera again. Is this guy gonna let me pull through, or is he gonna try to cut me off? That was not good. He cut those bikers off because he couldn't wait another 30 seconds. Shame on you. That's right, you heard me. Jerk. All he needed to do was wait another 15 seconds for them to pass. Alright. So who's still with me 2 hours into this ride? Come on, light, change. Oh my God. I didn't want to stop. Alright, stop is definitely good. Good for the seat bones, good for the tuchus. They got a green arrow. Idiot. I'm looking at that guy that cut off those 2 guys on the bike. Rolled up his window, won't even look at me. Because he's a wuss. Put him in a prison cell for life. Felony douchebaggery. Alright, do I want to do that? Yeah, I want to get that. I want to get these in some harder gear so I can coast along for a while. I go to my mom's. That's going to be a lot more mileage on top of this ride. And a lot more exhaustion. But she'll get a chance to see the bike. So we'll see. And she'll get a chance to see me all geared up. I don't know, maybe not, maybe so. Alright, if I time this on my coast, I'll probably get the light, and not the arrows. Just what I needed. Come on, people, go. Don't want to stop if I don't have to. Not yet. that's a nice pace. Nice 15 miles an hour. That's where I should be able to stay for my whole ride, but I can't do it. That's where I would like to be able to stay. 20 would be even better. But you're not supposed to go that fast on the bike path, at least in certain areas, but 15 I would love to be able to do. I could do this ride in almost half the time. Am I going to miss this light? There's no way I can make this. Oh, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Is there a bike lane on here? I would love to stay on this road and just ride on the street, but I don't think there's a bike lane. Maybe they're, I'm not going to do it. Too dangerous-o. Ah. All right, that slowed me down. Beautiful woman, beautiful dog. Yeah. That's the kind of person you marry. This place is a ghost town. Kind of nice. This is the time. This is, I guess, what's that? I thought somebody had a dress hanging outside. It's an umbrella. This is the, obviously the kind of weather you want to be riding in because nobody's out here. During the summer, this place will be a zoo. People will be walking in front of me, cutting me off, and endangering the world. So this is very nice. We're heading over to Hermosa Pier, where they were filming that that movie. That's beautiful. Very nice. But I just bought a bike. So, alright, trying to reposition the crotchal area. But I'm doing really good. It's a very good ride so far. I'm happy. What's this guy doing? People just don't watch when they're out here. He's probably on vacation. I don't recognize the language. 15 miles, 2 hours and 6 minutes, which is pathetic, at a 12.4 mile ride. Miles per hour. So I'm doing a nice coast. Yeah, if I go to my mom's, the dog's going to be home alone for a long time. But I think she'll be okay. I won't know till I know if I'm going to do it, or if I should do it, or if I can't do it. Let's just take over the whole bike path with the dogs. Oh yes, look at the muscles in those shoulders. I don't understand how people come out and they ride a bike or walk with headphones in, so they have no awareness of the world. And I know that's why they're doing it, but like right over here, talking on her cell phone, not looking around, can't hear people or see people because she's so involved with her phone. Still doing that movie over here. Throwing a football in the street. Okay, this is not good. Let's see what we've got here.
trees all day. And the little plastic corner like this. And I'm like, oh, that was kind of short. And then someone goes, did you hit your head? I go, people sit around from a fucking plastic.
Yeah, the plastic. There's no hinge in it?
It might be a small engine. Like the It's obviously not meant for speed. It couldn't, it's not a street legal because no seatbelts.
I like how they're like, can you just pop up that
I have a question. For Hermosa, are you guys on duty or off duty side jobs for the filming?
No, it's if they request us to come here for the city.
No, I mean,
So
it's
we're
like
through the city.
LA does it off duty. With
No, that's completely different. That'd be the other guys that you see like that have security shirt on.
Okay.
A lot of those guys are off duty.
Okay. As long as you guys are getting paid. Get that money. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I mean eventually they end up paying for it all, but it is.
So they do reimburse the city? Okay, good.
Yeah, they're the ones that pay for it all.
Yeah, it's a good gig. Okay, thank you.
Yep. I take it when I can get it.
I hear ya. All right, how am I going to get around this mess?
Oh, yeah, we go.
Okay. So, just burning up my time. I don't know if I'm going to get home or not. When we get to my mom's house. What are they doing here? Alright, I'm not going to say that anybody over there was GA. But let's keep riding. More people, more dogs, more bike paths. Look at that dog, it's exhausted. That dog needs water. Yes, it does. What you see when you ride around is, or you walk around, or you observe people, people are so rude to their animals. I know the dog will survive, but you wouldn't want to be walking around here starving or thirsty as could be, walking on hot ground barefoot. And that's what they do with their dogs. Hot ground, no water, and they run them, they pull them, they drag them through this heat. Another GAY. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I'm doing a nice pace. 10 miles an hour. At least I'm not burned out like I was before. The strawberry juice really makes a big difference for me. I have the Cliff Bar, and I don't really think that made a difference. I have protein powder in the container if I want to fill it with water, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I've got enough junk in my system, enough calories. So I've done Hermosa. after I hit Manhattan, that's the struggle. That's the 6.5 miles to get back. And I don't want to gear up harder because I don't want to burn out. I just want to be able to finish my ride. The knees are not hurting anymore. The knees are feeling good. Seat bones are good. Body is good. Shoulders are pretty good. Arms aren't pulling that far. Oh, I should have gone on that side road. See, when you're riding between Manhattan and Hermosa, you have to carry your bike up that road, up those stairs, which is just a hassle. It's a real hassle. And now I finally learned, don't do that anymore. Just get on the side road and ride your bike, but avoid that mess. Avoid having to pick that bike up on those stairs. Now this is an area for the bikes. And this guy is riding right in the middle of the street. Of course, he's also riding faster than me. Okay, let's gear this up a little harder so I can cruise a little further. I really do want to go to my mom's house. I'd love to do that. I'm not sure if I'll be able to handle it. Trying to pace myself. I like the bike path because I'm away from the cars. Alright, now I'm feeling it in the knee. When I gear up harder, I feel it in the knee. So, something tells me I need to be really careful in the harder gears. I'm not going to ride uphill anymore. Even if I go in an easy gear, I'm just not going to go up the hills because my knees don't need that. And I think this is where I rode before, where they were using the roller to press the concrete into the, flatten it out. There's the cement truck. There are the workers. Dropping their load of concrete. So I'm really not sweaty. I might have a little bit of moisture, but I thought that guy had a UV mask on his face for the sun, but it was a beard. Why do men grow beards? And they just had a study they did where they found that, what was it, a man's beard is dirtier than a toilet for germs? Or was it a man's beard is dirtier than a dog's mouth? Whatever it was, men who have beards, you just have women who like to put their fingers through a man's beard and who like to rub their face in it and kiss him. Hey, that's a cesspool of germs, like a toilet. You don't kiss your toilet, do you? I don't know why men want to do that stuff. It's itchy, it's sweaty, it's nasty. The skin underneath it rots and chafes and peels, and it's gross. I got a very nice pace in here right now. I'm guessing I'm doing about 8 or 9. I'm just very relaxed. Doing 10.9, I'm 11 miles per hour. You know, I guess when I was younger, I'd look at all these chicks out here, and I'd say, man, she's a babe. I want to talk to her. Who is she? She's good looking. she would be fine to know. How do I get to talk to her? I want to know her for her mind. And you know, when you get older, you just say, as you age, you look at it and you go, who needs that nightmare? I don't need somebody telling me I shouldn't ride my bike, or that I should eat differently, or that I should dress with different clothing. I don't need that. The benefits do not outweigh the benefits. So now I look at them and I go, well, she's okay. Or she's cute, or she's kind of attractive, or she's pretty, but then you look at her closer and you go, oh wow, how many emotional problems am I dealing with, and how much baggage, and how many friends is she going to call to say that I'm maybe her type or maybe not. Who needs it? It's easier just to die alone, in pain, suffering by yourself. Okay, so we've got the red light, red Manhattan Beach. These people are going to cut me off in a minute. Like right now. There we go. Okay. Let's get into this area. Why is everybody riding on their bike? It's actually good to get off the seat for a couple seconds and relax. Oh my God, listen to these jerks. They're playing a game and they sound like a bunch of women in a PORN video. Listen to that. These are adult men playing volleyball. Let's get this. Look at this. Oh, I take that back. It's a bunch of men against a bunch of women. Someone's got a parking ticket, Washington. I wonder why they got a parking ticket. Probably not cheap. All right, here's Manhattan Beach Pier. Not going to stop. I'll walk through it, ride home, go to my mom's. Police car's still here. That was here 3 hours ago. 2 hours ago. That's a nice gig. That's a nice gig. Sitting over there. Food. Sitting there doing nothing. Back in. Oh, they're shooting video. Okay, so they got cameras too. It's another film shoot. I think. Maybe it's connected to the other one. Oh, boy. I wish that GoPro made it easy to know your battery status, my battery status, the battery status, without stopping to look at the cell phone, which I guess I could do. Probably what I should do, or looking at the screen, which then I have to get off the bike and turn the camera on. It's a big hassle. So originally I was going to be coming out here with 4 batteries. One of them was dead on the way. Before I even left, it was dead. I charged it last night. And when I looked at it this morning, it showed 17%. I don't know why. So GoPro does say, when the camera is idle and you're not shooting video, pull the battery so that when you start up, you have a fresh battery. I don't know why the thing was running overnight. I did get the 7 beeps, but it was doing something. Unless the battery didn't charge up, or battery reader gave me bad info that it was charged. Okay, so look at this. Let's just stand right in the middle of the bike path. Behind you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, they were very kind. I guess that's why you're supposed to buy those little bells so you can ring them that go ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. And people hear them, but I don't know. I think this was more effective this time. And I don't think they're going to stand in the middle anymore. These guys were here when I started like 2 hours ago. They were cleaning this one area. They look exhausted. So it's a good county job, pays union fees, they're paid well, and that's good. This place is a mess. Look at this. And at the rate they're going, it would take them a year to clean this stuff up before they'd have to start all over. If I was running the city, what I would do is I would contact the sheriff's department and the jail system, and I'd say, bus out 20 people, buy them some gloves, get them some clippers, tell them to start cleaning this place up. The county's going to have to provide food. I don't know if the city has to provide food for them when they're on a thing like this, but not sure if the jail system packs a lunch for them. You get about 20 people out here that are working off their time, and a crew leader. See, they've already done this area. You can see how the sand is over at the edge, and the plants are, looks very nice. I wouldn't want to take away from the work of those guys that are paid to do this, but let them do some other more specialized work. Get 20 or 30 people out here to just clean up an area in a day. Okay, so now I'm slowing down and burning out a little bit. Where are we at? We're at 9.4. I can feel it when I just start shutting down and I check miles per hour. I'm burned out like 1 or 2 miles slower. Like right now. Let's pop it in a higher gear or a lower gear, whatever that is. And I'm burned out. So as far as the Cliff Bar, didn't make a bit of difference to me. Somebody bought me 4 of them, and I only ate half of it. Did not make a bit of difference. I bought some other bars that they were selling at Costco. I think that's at 6 1/4 miles. So I've got about 4 miles to go. 4 hard miles. So as far as the Cliff Bar, if anybody's still listening to me, talk to myself. A lot of sugar and a lot of fat. And there's no reason for me to eat that unless I was doing some hardcore 100 mile rides where I needed to replace all of that stuff in the body to help it move along. But I think rather than going with the sugar, I mean, carbs are sugar, but I'd rather go with something different. So Costco, I bought some things at Costco. I bought some last couple months ago. I returned them, they were terrible. And I bought some organic powder, protein powder, 2 days ago and returned it yesterday because that was nasty. The muscle milk powder is good, and the other powder they sell is good. So I bought some protein bars, another brand from Costco. The Kirkland brand was terrible as far as I'm concerned. And now that I had the Cliff Bar, I know Costco sells that, but I'm not going to buy it. So a lot of people love it, a lot of people think it's a great bar, but I just think it's a lot of sugar and fat, probably unnecessary for a bike ride. Maybe defeating the whole purpose of losing weight. You go burn all these calories and then you go eat 1,000. You burn 900 calories and then you eat 1,000 calorie Cliff Bar. Kind of stupid. And I know, I mean, the goal is you want to burn the calories, and then you want the body to burn calories when the muscles are rebuilding afterwards. But a lot better ways to put in calories than sugar and fat. So I got a few more Cliff Bars that somebody bought me after that. I won't eat them anymore. As I said, the strawberry banana drink, huge difference for me, real big difference. Probably also sugar and carbs in liquid form, but I don't know how much fat is in there. So I'm starting to burn out now. I really again want to go to my mom's house. I don't know if I can handle it. The ride will be a little easier. It will be on, I'll take side roads, and I can cruise and coast, and there's no rush. I'll shut off the camera, so it'll just be a nice ride. But we'll see. Looks like an oil tanker. Some heavy waves, nice breeze right now. It's getting cold. If I do go to my mom's house, it's going to be colder by the time I get home. Something to think about. I think I'm in El Segundo right now. It's the El Segundo power plant. Got a message on the cell phone about stocks and finance. And I like that the guy's got a mirror on the side. I don't know where I'd be able to put a mirror on the end of my bike handles without it looking really stupid. Okay, I was not getting this on my last ride. When I was at this point, I was burned out, struggling. And I am kind of burned out now, but let's see what we're doing. I'm doing a 13-mile-an-hour ride, which really surprises me that I'm even able to do that after almost 19 miles. I'm very surprised. Of course, I still have a couple more miles to go. And those are the hard miles for me. And then I have to walk up a steep hill. And I got a lot of riding to do to get home or to go over to my mom's. So I don't know. I don't know. I think going to her place is probably about a 30-minute ride. It's about a 30-minute ride or so when I ride the 20-inch folding bike. I don't know if it will be a 30-minute ride on this bike, but I ride the sidewalks. There's a lot of damaged sidewalks out there. I'm very careful of cars, people in that neighborhood. People in Los Angeles are terrible drivers, as I say in all of my videos. They run stop signs, they roll stop signs, they accelerate at stop signs, they hit and run, they leave bodies in the road, they run over a cyclist probably once a day. So, between a lot of people that don't want to be kicked out of the country, or that don't want to end up in jail, or that shouldn't be driving because they don't have a license. People hit you and they leave instead of stopping. Now, if you hit a person, and even if you're at fault, if you stop, you'll get sued. You don't stop, it becomes a felony. Or a felony with a murder on top of it. So, now I'm burning out again. Okay, so I feel like I'm struggling. Before I was doing 13 miles an hour, a little bit back there, and now I'm at 11 and a half. Probably soon I'm going to drop down to 9. So, 720p, 2.5 hours of video on the better of the two computers I have. Probably 12 hours to render, 10 hours to render. And I said I bought a new machine that should be showing up. I'll probably get a notice in the next day or two that it's been shipped or that it's arriving the next day. It might be coming tomorrow for all I know. That's how Costco does it. You get a message saying, item shipped, arriving tomorrow. So I don't know. Then I have to figure out how to do that so I can do rendering a lot faster than in 8 to 12 hours. And then I'll be able to shoot some 4K. Then I'll add on a battery pack. Okay, I told you this is where I start to burn out. This is the first time I stood up and raised my tuchus off the bike seat. Trying to give the muscles. I'm going in the wrong direction here. Oh boy. Going absolutely nowhere on the easiest gears I have. A lot of pedaling, but no stress on the knees. We're at 8 miles, so I've done 8 miles since I left Torrance, Redondo PV. Let's get this into a better gear. Oh my God. Feels like I have to go to the bathroom. Got the skydiving over here. If I had more time, maybe I'd video it. If I had the handle for the camera. Again, I want to go home. Well, he's just sitting there waiting for business. Not going to be a good business day. Alright, now I'm sitting up off the bike seat again. So I think I left, I was upset that it was 1 hour and 45 minutes. We are at 2 hours and 37 minutes. So my riding today is very bad. During the daytime, I don't like leaving the dog. First year I had the dog, I didn't leave her alone ever. She went with me everywhere. She stayed with my mom. Now I'm okay with leaving her. She handles it really well. But at nighttime she can go for 12-13 hours without going to the bathroom. During the daytime I take her out like every 2 hours, every 3 hours, because she wants to go, and I figure why not. But we're heading on 3 hours soon that she'll be by herself. And I like to leave her at the most 3 to 4 hours. But if I go to my mom's, which I might still do, it's going to be about 3 or 4 hours, probably 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. We'll see. So I don't like riding the bike when I get to Dockweiler State Beach Park, because they've got all these motorhomes here, and this place smells, just absolutely stinks of cooking fuel, propane or whatever they use, heating or cooking. It stinks. I know we're right by the beach, so the air blows it right out. The wind blows it out, but it smells out here. I don't know how these people can stay and camp and live around all this stinky fume, or around the stinky fumes. Is that my mom's neighbor? Okay, I'm looking. I can't really tell now which motorhome he had, because there's so many that look alike. And I forgot to look at the license plate. So, I did lift the butt up a few times, but I'm still doing really good. I'm very surprised. Again, I don't think it's the Cliff Bar. My hands are really sore. Now that I think about it, my hands are really sore from holding the handlebars and leaning in. It's breezy. If I need to, I can always leave the bike at my mom's and drive her car home. I don't know what I'm going to do still. Legs are holding up pretty well. 8.75. So we've almost gone 9 miles since I left Torrance Redondo. Unlike the other rides, the butt really isn't hurting that bad. The seat bones aren't hurting that bad. The thighs aren't hurting that bad. I gotta get myself in better gear. I'm thirsty, I'm tired. And the big thing is, do I want to take that ride to Mom's house? Downhill, gearing it a little better so I can make up some mileage here on the downhill, because I am tired. Doing a lot better. The buttocks is saying, save me. The poor dog is at home saying, where is my buddy? I love him and he left me at home alone to sleep. It'd be fascinating to find out what dogs think. As far as feel, I know my dog has a massive amount of emotion. She's a very emotional dog. Very. Dog is very emotional, very needy, very loving, very caring, very stubborn, very difficult and impossible. And that's why we have such a great time together. We bond really good. There's just an incredible amount of closeness. But she does stuff that she shouldn't do, and I don't put up with it. I don't put up with it. She lets me know that she's not going to put up with me telling her what to do, and we just go back and forth. So I'm doing okay as far as the ride. I think I'm going to go to my mom's. Walk up the hill and I'll see how I do. Shoulders are tight now. Black and white up there in the parking lot. Not sure any crime is happening out here, so maybe he's checking out the surf, checking out the waves. Oh, am I feeling that in the thighs? Wow. What am I at? 8 miles an hour. Man. 21 miles, 21.21 miles, 8 miles an hour. I'm hurting. 9.5 miles since I left Torrance. 2 hours and 44 minutes. Probably 2.5 hours of riding. So the heart is definitely getting a workout. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Yeah, this person's just sitting over here. That's a tough job. Sitting in the police car looking at the surf. Yeah, let's try to turn up here and see what's going on. Man, do I have to go to the bathroom. Woo! It's getting cold out here. The thing is that if I go to my mom's, I'll go indoors, go to the bathroom, I'll walk outside and it will be freezing. It's all fogged in. I cannot even see where I started from. It is fogged in big time. This is a toughy decision. I don't know yet. So I'm doing 11 miles an hour. He's cranking by. He's probably doing 15, 20. There's no way I could do that. Normally, there's no way I could do that. I used to get up to 20 miles an hour on the other bike going down a hill. But I'm just trying to coast right now and get my butt off the seat for a couple minutes. It is cold out here. Man, is it cold. So what I could do is ride the bike to my mom's and then take her car back home. And then tomorrow, drive her car back to her place, take my bike and ride it back home. And then yeah, that would work. That's a possibility. That's a very good possibility. Or I might just ride the bike home. I don't know. I'm burned out either way. I am tired. sure the battery on this camera is pretty low about this point. Check it when I finish the ride. And decide if I'm going to continue with the other ride. So I want to thank everybody who didn't watch. I don't think anybody got to this end of the video. But maybe there is one cool person that was entertained and wanted to watch the whole thing. If there is, thank you for watching. You don't have to do the thumbs up or subscribe or like or share or comment. I just appreciate that you watched. If you're a billionaire and you want to leave me a donation, ask for my PayPal info. I will never say no to that. She's tall. Man, is she tall. Tall and slender. I'm burned out. 9.7 miles an hour. I'm burned out. That's kind of weird. Right after I pass by and I'm examining her fine curves, I get a little bit more energy. I'm able to pump and pedal. I don't understand what just happened. Okay, I think I have... I really need to learn when... I think it's the second speed bump I want, or the third one. Or am I over here now? Am I done with the ride? No, it's the third speed bump sign. Street lights at the top. I gotta walk up that hill. I'm gonna turn off the camera in a minute. My legs are hurting. Alright, I just wanted to press the stop button because that was the end of the ride and I don't want to lose the file. I don't know where we are as far as battery, so I'm going to check. So I got a long ride. Go ride by the airport now. Do a little bit of walking on the third battery. Thank you. Okay, so that's not good. So that's looking at the bracket. I didn't even realize that. So that's been looking at the bracket for the whole ride, which does not make me happy. That's bogus. So this is gonna have to come up with a better way than this GoPro thing. Want that in the way. Definitely don't want that in the way. And that is the handle. It's the handlebars that I don't want showing. Alright, I'll have to figure this out. GoPro bracket is still not what I need. An easy way, I guess, would be to go with the chest mount, but that would be very uncomfortable for a bike ride. So I'll come up with something.